this bezel off, you can use a small screwdriver, and just along here there's a couple little tabs where you can pry out, and then it should pop off. Tab right there. And there should be one more clip right there, and it just pops right off. Take a trim tool, just get underneath here, and pop that up. There should be some clips holding that on. This one's broken. You disconnect the connector, pop that off, push down on the tab. This connector right here, just get underneath that tab and pry it off. There's a bolt right here. Use a 10mm socket. Take that bolt out. And there's a bolt down here. It's kind of hard to see. You want to use a long extension to get in there. And either if it comes out with the socket or just use a magnet, pull it out. Then use a trim tool and just go around. And you pop that off right there. There's a clip holding that on. And then there's push pins holding the rest of the door on. Grab the door panel and just slide up. Slide the wires through. It should slide right off. Pull this vapor barrier off. If you have to, you can use a utility knife or a razor blade to just cut the glue holding it on. Or butyl tape. Slide that down and out of the way. That should be good like that. I'm going to take some tape and tape up the window. Make sure the glass is clean. Use a 10mm socket. You want to loosen up the nuts that secure the clamps for the window. You don't have to take that off completely, just loosen it. And there's one over here as well. That should be loose. Now if your window regulator still moves a little bit, you want to lower those down a little bit. So we're going to turn the key on and then connect the connector for the window switch. I'll just lower this down a little. And that's good right there. Shut the key off. Disconnect the connector right here. Just use a screwdriver or a pick. Use a 10mm socket. Take this bolt out here. Right here, you can loosen this one. You don't have to take it out completely. Just loosen it. And this one, take this one out. Then you can grab the regulator, slide up, and twist it out. And slide it out. Now take the window regulator. You might have to loosen up the nuts that go right there for the clamps. And then if you have to, transfer the bolts over, those two 10mm bolts, if the new one doesn't have those. Slide that part in first. And take the rails, make sure it's in front of the glass, like in between you and the glass basically. Slide that bolt through there, slide that in place there. Slide the bolt in right there, underneath here. And down here. Once those are all in, you can snug those down. Plug the connector in. Then you want to turn the key on, and carefully, you don't want to put your fingers in there. You can raise up on the switch so that these clamps go up to the window. When it gets close to the window, you might have to move the clamp in the right position. Oops. Just be careful. Slide it over the window. It's over the window in the right spot. Then go all the way up. You shut the key off. Tighten the nuts down. I'm going to torque these nuts to 88 inch-pounds. Make sure you're on inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. At this point, you can remove the tape and double check the window. Now we can put the vapor barrier back on. If you need some more butyl tape, if it's not sticking properly, just add some butyl tape. That's good. If you have this attached, you want to disconnect this at this time, the switch. Take the door panel, you can slide the wiring harness through there. And slide the top in first. And just push down. On the sides, the push pins should line up. When those are lined up, just tap it down. Make sure it's tapped in all the way. Make sure that's locked in. Take the two bolts. One's going to go down here. Get that one started. Tighten that down. Then take this bolt right here and tighten that down. Connect the connectors. Line that up. Lock it down. Slide it in position. Lock it down. Line the bezel up. There's two tabs that go in those two holes. Line those up. And carefully push and lock it down.